What is up, peoples? What is up, peoples? What is up, peoples? It is your boy MM2K back with my illustrious co-host. Call him a co-host.
God damn it, man.
He said, damn it, man. My homie, the one, the only Projekt Storm. Storm, besides all of the technical issues that we had today, how are you doing today, my good friend?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, man. You call me a co-horse, man. I mean, it's cool. Hey, every week that goes by, man, I duck, I pray, I cross my fingers and everything. Like, will he get it right today? Will he get it right? And he never does, y'all. Yo, you know it's going to be a good day when we have the technical issues before the show. It happens every time we're about to drop that fire, and that fire is about to come out. So make sure y'all have your shields, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need a little bit of armor. You're going to need to have some dragon repellent or whatever because the flames is coming out.
Oh, man. This is going to be a great one. This is going to be one for the ages.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's going to be fun, too.
This is where, like, the homie Next Gen 720, if you watch the Broadband Bully content where he says his infamous saying, this is where we take the knife out the drawer and cut the BS out. You know what I'm saying? We got to cut. It's time that we cut the BS out. You know what I mean? So we're going to be doing a lot of that today. But with that said, shout out a Storm. While I'm still going over the last little tidbit of technical stuff, can you shout out the chat for us, please?
Man, you know it, from the top to the bottom. We got the biggest supporter, and Menor. You know what I mean? He's happy about that PS5 and that Series X, man. It's good that he mentioned both, though. You know what I'm saying? It shows that there's really no major fanboyism there. Man, much love and respect to everybody that shows up. We got Cloud Gamer 201. All right. We got the homie Projekt Storm in the building. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got Wollock. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see each and every one of you. We have Chilled Frank, because he keeps it cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed the troll is what he said. You know, sometimes you got to get a troll a morsel. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. I don't like for things to die off. So you got to feed the troll every now and then with enough to keep them alive, man. Because even trolls need to have fun too. With all due respect, though, we're gonna keep it moving. And we have Chase, of course, Stadia Talk in the building.
Stadia Talk.
All day. The first to kick it off this morning, y'all. You know how he does it every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Stadia Talk, man, where discourse is going to happen, but also a very informative and opinionated podcast is going to be happening. And the discussion that we're about to have is going to be, it's going to be opinionated, but there's also going to be some facts up in there too. And everybody that rides with us, if you know us, you know the community. If you've been around for months or whatever, you know how we do things. It might seem like shots are being fired, but at the end of the day, we could jump in the who ride and ride out at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna give our take on some different matters that's going on out here, y'all. But I'm gonna let MM2 kick it off so I can hide behind him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look,
we got JD. Hold on, we got JD and Romello Thomas. Stevens in the building.
What's
you know
up?
what I'm saying? This is about to go down, man. This Saturday.
Look, this is my take. And I said that if you listen to my Patreon content, people will understand. Shout out to all the Patreon members, the growing list of Patreon members. We love y'all. We can't do this without y'all. We appreciate y'all. My thing is, I never attack the person. I attack the mantra. You know what I'm saying? Now, There are some people like if what you're trying to do is nefarious, then, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, man, y'all got to recognize this person's MO. But sometimes people think that they're doing stuff for a noteworthy cause and they just might be off track. So that's why I always go after the mantra. I don't go after the person. I've been going after the mantra of Stadia didn't do this right or didn't do this to my liking. It's going to die tomorrow type of thing. And people were looking at us sideways, Storm. It was like, come on, man. Like, don't silence people, man. You know what I'm saying? Let people speak to herbs of the earth, man. Let them speak how they feel. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm just saying. Bro, I want to be factual.
You gonna jump right into it today, man?
I'm gonna jump. Look. No, I'm gonna sprinkle with a little bit. I'm just saying.
Nah, do your thing. I'm listening.
I'm just saying that what the news that happened last night exposes a lot of things that has been wrong, not only with the media's coverage of Stadia, but a lot of the entity talk in the Stadia community. Oh, we gonna talk about it today. We gonna take the biggest knife out of the drawer and we gonna cut the BS out. But before we get into all that, I just want to say this. Thank you for everybody that is tuned in. We love you all. Thank you very much for supporting us. Whether you agree or not, we let people speak their piece in the chat, whether they agree or not. Shout out to the homie Amunar, Cold Blood Sensei, and the likes. You know what I'm saying? We love all of y'all. So again, we're not here to attack the people, but the mantra. And again, just before we kick off into it, the aforementioned PNTS Network Patreon. Yes, we got a lot of content in there. We got so much content, Storm. I'm backlogged, right? Of putting everything again. So I know my job is on the line. But I'm getting to it. But I wanted I wanted to ask you a favor real quick. I know we didn't talk about this, but it was I think a good thing to mention. Can you talk about the new feature that we're running every Monday? Me and you we're doing for the PNTS Patreon.
Hey, look, man, I tell you right now, it's gonna be a mixture of all things dope. I could tell you, and just to give you, can I give them a taste of what we recently dropped, man?
Oh, sure. Go ahead, man.
All right. So we recently, for one example of that is just that, MM2K and I, we don't just be out here talking just to talk. Just it might seem that way just to run our mouths, but we get some hours in with this gaming thing. You know what I'm saying? We actually play these games. So with that being said, we just to give you all an example, we just had some high quality summit content, like the summit on Division 2, man. It was just the only way you can know what I'm talking about is check that out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing we don't do is try to force you over there, man. We know times are rough, but for $1 in the dream, like my brother always says, you can see some content that we don't even really have up on our channels like that. Like what you're seeing right here is Division 2. Speaking of it, you know what I mean? But this is not the summit. The summit is where all the meat and potatoes are right now, to tell you all the truth, man. It's fire. You know what I mean? So that's just one example of what we try to do every Monday. We're going to be bringing you different content, different games, different discussions, and all that. But I don't want to give out too much because man, I ain't trying to get. I'm not trying to get fired.
Are you worried about getting fired on my channel? I see how we do this.
Yeah, man. I'm not at home. I'm not in Kansas right now.
And before we get into it, just a reminder: we did have technical difficulties. Just to be fully transparent. I kind of talked about this before in like my Stadia live session streams, but Windows did this update. And what I kind of have, it's not the most complicated. People got way more complicated sound setups, but it's not a basic sound setup, right? And what Windows tried to do in their latest update is do some sound altering options, and they've completely screwed up everything. Like right before we went live, I'm not even sure my live streams are going to be okay anymore. So for the show, when we air it on Storm's channel, because in order for us to do it on Storm's channel next week, we always a little bit more complicated. We may not have live calls. I just want to make y'all fully aware that we got live calls running today, but when we do it next week for Storm's channel, we might not have live calls, but we're hopefully going to have it ready again for the following episode. So this is episode 6. Episode 7, we're likely not going to have live calls unless there's a miracle. Episode 8, it should be up and running again. I just want to make sure that everybody was aware.
It's all right though, because this show will be jam packed. I promise you, with hot topics and hot discussion.
And again, we got live calls up and running today. Not yet. We'll let you know when the phone lines are open. But remember, guys, when you do the phone lines, or when you do the yappas, you get entered into our next set of raffles. We got some more raffles and stuff coming on, but we want to make sure the participation is at a certain plateau before we start, doing stuff to make it fair for everybody. So again, get your yappas in, get your live phone calls in. It don't cost you anything. And matter of fact, you might win something for it. So just a reminder there. And with that said, hell, let's hop right. Hey, Storm, you ready to hop right into it, bro?
I'm ready, man. Go ahead, man.
Let's do it, man. Before we do it, though, let me see if I can get something working. You know what I'm saying? I see if I can get something working. Oh, all right, okay, that's working a little bit. Okay, let me see. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna go in here. see, we interact with that, and then let's get some gameplay up. I'm just putting up some of that buttery fresh Project Storm gameplay over. This is Red Dead Redemption 2. You know what I mean? Oh, let me do one more thing. Let me
Triple A. You know what I'm saying? You notice how your boys out here. I'm trying to drop these AAA these bangers out here that should not be running on Stadia, but they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they should not be running, and especially as well as they are, and looking as crispy as they are in 4K.
Exactly.
I mean, coming from OnLive, shout out to OnLive. I love that service. It started it all. OnLive started it all, paved the way for everything cloud today, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So to be able to see, like, to come out here and do this thing in 4K, and I'm talking about triple 4K, y'all, triple 4K, which means that I'm running it from Stadia in 4K. That's set to 4K. I drop it over into Streamlabs, OBS. That's set to 4K as well. And then, just for the heck of it, I always have another 4K window open just to see the stream, just to check the chat and everything like that, man. And if I don't do that, I might have a whole nother device like a laptop near me with that being in 4K. So I'm always testing Stadia to see what it really is, because if I'm out here trying to tell people what's so dope about Stadia, then I have to be able to put it through the ringer. And it keeps delivering time after time, MM2K, man. I'm very surprised. That's why I get so enthusiastic about it. You know,
time after time. You know I had to do it, man.
Man, you got to do it with Cindy, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know I had to do it, man. Hey, look. So I tell you what, we're gonna let the room fill up, because this is going to be a doozy of a conversation. Because again, it's one of those conversations to where I feel, and I was talking to Storm a little bit before the show, I think it's one of the, I hate to use this terminology, it's one of those coming to Jesus moments that I think we need in the community, right? We're gonna let the room fill up a little bit before we get into that, Storm. How about that? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to, because we normally got more people in here, and I want this to be a discussion that everybody participates in, puts their 2 cents in the chat. So maybe hold off on it a little bit as we let the chat fill up. What you thinking? We could jump on the Baldur's Gate.
That's fine, man. We have a lot of different angles we can come from. So let's do it.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna talk about Baldur's Gate 3 a little bit, right? So let me see if I can do this. If I can find the right link. Hold on 1 second here. No, I can't find. Okay, well, anyway, Baldur's Gate 3, man. I've been playing it. Pretty much everybody's been playing this game, right? Yeah. And by us playing this game, we have been seeing how great it is to have a platform that can play a game that is getting so much attention on it. That's getting so much attention, everywhere, but a lot of that attention is on PC. But if you don't have a PC powerful enough to play it, Storm, you can play it on Stadia. You can't play it on Xbox or PlayStation right now, because Larian Studios told you that they would essentially have to strip a lot of the stuff out of the game in order for it to play on the current gen consoles. So the simple fact that we're getting this game now and we're getting to play it now says a lot. And it's getting a lot of attention. And one of the things that I did want to highlight, Storm, is the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 is topping the charts on Steam. It's like what does Vince say? He said that the sales are ridiculous. So my question to you, Storm, and even the chat, are you this surprised? Did you expect that Baldur's Gate would do this well off the gate?
You know what? I kind of did. Like with me, you, Chase, Eddie, a lot of us, so many of us were so excited about this game since it was first announced. And just to think of the fact that it was only going to be on PC and Stadia, that right there, I always knew that it was going to have a shot at catching a lot more attention than what we expected, that some might have expected or whatever. So I'm not really shocked, man, because the game it's Baldur's Gate. It's Baldur's Gate 3, you know. Yeah. So it's been around for a while, and it's definitely a game, a franchise that's made by some well-respected developers. And so I'm not surprised, man, to see that it's doing what it's doing, and it's catching headlines and things like that. Because we always talked about it on multiple occasions, MM2K, about how we were excited about Baldur's Gate coming. That was going to be one of the games that would come this fall that will open a lot more eyes, man, and just get a few more people interested in Stadia. But shout out to the PC gamers that got a chance to experience this as well. You know, it's just, it's great all around. But for it to be on Stadia, a platform that was supposed to be dead by now, you know what I mean? A platform that was laggy as hell, a platform that ain't got no games, you know what I'm saying? A platform that who's the new device, you know what I mean? What Google TV device is not support, it doesn't even support Stadia. All this stuff, right? To be able to get these types of games, man, it says a whole lot. And it made me happy. And I could see from the reaction on social media and everything that it made a lot more people happy too. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah. I've had a lot of conversations with people. And again, this is going to be part of our big discussion going into the next segment. But a lot of people were like, okay, I see this thing doing, and as you guys can see on the screen right now, we got Baldur's Gate up here. It's still #1 on Steam, you know, and Sven said, look, he said, stop it, guys. This is early access. This is crazy that this is doing this well, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things that I had talked about, Storm, was that a lot of people think that this is just bringing attention to the game on PC. And there are a lot of people. Here, let me go back to the native video of your what's it called. A lot of people don't realize that this is bringing a lot of people to the Stadia platform that were having issues on the PC platform. Can you inform our listeners to that? Like, what happened? Like, people think that all this attention is focused on Steam, but we had a few people that tried to play this on Steam that couldn't, that brought attention to the Stadia platform. Can you let people know about that?
See, I'll say this, man. It took me back to Flight Simulator. You know what I'm saying? So many games, man. And this is the thing that, in my opinion, I'm not an expert, y'all. I'll never claim to be. You know what I mean? I'm fully transparent when it comes to that. But I will say that I have common sense. I always try to say that, right? A lot of people are trying to download these games, man, all at one time.
Yep.
That creates a lot of demand. It overwhelms servers all the time, man. Look what happened with the RTX and the RTX 3080 and 3090 cards and stuff. So, I mean, it has to be factual, right?
Yeah.
If it happens over and over. So a platform like Stadia having, now, I don't want to laugh and sound like an ass and all that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm smiling over here, man, because I jumped on Baldur's Gate 3, man, with no issues, MM2K. Now, I will say now that was with launching the game and purchasing the game, from purchasing the game to jumping into the game. I didn't really have any issues. But when I hopped into the game, yes, it kicked me out a couple times, just 2 times since I've had it. And see, now this is how people talk about fanboys, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people call fanboys on multiple platforms. You know what I'm saying? And I just heard the homie Chase talk about it today, the fanboys and everything. But when you get over here on this platform and you have and I knew what Chase was trying to say, y'all. Like we talk, we come at it, we challenge each other to do better. But at the same time, we'll hop out on the game of PUBG and we'll ride hard together. You know what I'm saying? Like Chase riding shotgun or whatever. So if I call out the name Chase, that's why, man. I don't have to explain all this, but just for the people that might be new, don't think that I'm over here throwing shots at Stadia Talk, man. Here's the deal. A lot of people act like this and have this fanboy mentality, MM2K, because Stadia just works in most cases, man. Like it does what it says it's gonna do. It is what they said it is. You know what I'm saying? And so when you talk about that streamer, man, what's his name? I always
Wolfenheart. I think it's Wolfenheart.
Yeah, Wolfenheart or whatever his name is. Shout out to him, man. He tried to purchase the game on Steam, Baldur's Gate 3 on Steam. Couldn't get the game, couldn't get access to the game, was having major issues, planned a live streaming. The stream had people show up in droves, record numbers for him. His channel did phenomenal because of this whole thing. But what did he use as a backup? He thought about it in his mind. Wait a minute, this game is also out on Stadia. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot.
On Stadia.
On Stadia. When he gave it a shot, y'all, it worked. Not only did it worked so well that it saved the day. It saved the stream. It created record numbers of viewers for his channel and everything, man. And I sat there and I smiled at the brother, man, for like, because he was so happy about it. It was genuine. It was genuine positive energy. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, yeah, we give off that what you might perceive as fanboyism, that fanboy mentality and all that stuff. That might come out every now and then. But I'm loving this platform. Is it wrong to love this platform, MM2K and chat and everybody else? Is it wrong to love something that works? Because I'm a member of the Xbox community as well, the PlayStation community. I've been deeply embedded in the Nintendo community over the years. Mm-hmm. The PC community, man. Now it's GeForce Now community, and Shadow community, and it's gonna be Amazon Luna community and everything. So I just want to make it when it comes to Projekt Storm now. I always try to say this, y'all. Don't look at me as a fanboy. Just look at me as somebody who loves what this platform is doing. Love the fact that I could boot up these games with no downloads, no installs. And it works at 4K, which is something I really care about. So if you see me out there and I'm tweeting and I'm having a good time celebrating what Outcasters is doing and so much Google Stadia is doing, and so many other developers and just all around, you know what I'm all about when I'm doing that. And I'm also throwing shots. I'm throwing a couple shots back at the people that threw them at me. Mm-hmm. That said Stadia is going to be dead. You're dumb for rocking with Stadia. You'll see the Google graveyard will succumb to the Google. All this stuff. Now, imagine being hit with this over and over. You got to stop me now because you know I'm going to go on my ride. Mm-hmm. All right. Imagine being hit with this over and over and over and over, y'all. Hit with it on top of the head. Stadia's trash. Stadia's doggish. Stadia's this is stupid for you to go to say. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? The big time YouTuber said it's trash. It doesn't have any games. It's stupid for you to sign up for it for $9.99 a month, even though it was free, and it still is. Mm-hmm. So all these things keep happening, and I'm supposed to sit back and just let that happen? Like somebody just come by and just you know what I mean? You try to whoop me, and I'm not going to say anything back?
Well, here's the thing. The urge in you, Storm, that makes you want to say something back is the fact that you want to be a steward of the truth, right? You want to be a steward of the truth. It's not like, oh, you threw something at me, I'm going to throw something back. It's no. What you're saying is false. You're lying to people. Right. And if you are lying to people from a platform that is generally known, or whether it's right or wrong, that is known to be unbiased, or you try to give the appearance that you're unbiased, therefore you're fooling people. I feel as a steward of someone of the truth, I feel of someone that is knowledgeable of the platform to speak up and say something. Nothing wrong with that. I don't consider that a fanboy at all. And as a matter of fact, we'll get into it. Sometimes you got to expose the lies in order to spotlight the truth. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. What I will say is that you do have a lot of people, Storm, that because look, I'll go back to, I want to say it was episode 4 or 5 of SSC podcast. And I remember way back when. A lot of you that are listening right now, y'all weren't on social media. I'm gonna tell. Look, we're gonna do a little bit of mix and match. We're gonna combine the Amazon thing. Look, you know what I'm saying? I'm following the way of the wind. We're gonna mix the Amazon thing with this. Some of y'all weren't on social media. Y'all were afraid. I'm gonna keep it jiggy with you. You were afraid. MM2K got on the mic and said, look, y'all, I do this thing called the Broadband Bullies. I'm in this thing with the crime side. I'm letting y'all know right now that even though the echo chamber that even knows about Stadia is very small, when those walls release around this echo chamber, it's going to infect the general consumer. Y'all better excuse my French, y'all better get y'all asses out here and y'all better speak up. Or even if you don't want to speak up, stop trying to silence those that do want to speak up. Remember? Because we had a lot of people that said, just ignore them, just let them be. And trust me, I know, because I'm in the trenches a lot of times with your favorite podcasters. Because y'all came out there and y'all started to speak up, a lot of the liars started to die down their rhetoric. I've had some of your favorite podcasters come to me and they say, MM2K, them Stadia goons got us afraid. They've literally said that. They're like, damn, we ain't realized there was Stadia goons out there. We thought we could make fun of Stadia because it would be fun to do and we could just get our rocks off. They were being fully honest and transparent. And by us speaking up and saying something, we've stopped a lot of those lies being spread, not because it makes us feel good about our purchase. Our purchase is going to be our purchase, Storm. But what it does is it stops the lies being infiltrated to the unsuspecting gamer.
That's all.
So it's important to expose the lies. Now, I get it. There are some channels like Yong Ye and Richard Review Tech and Dream Meancast Boy that we're like, we know your game now. Now you've been exposed. But see, when you run into a situation where now within the Stadia community, we're highlighting them as those are unbiased entities that people should listen to, then you open the floodgates all over again. So
right.
even though I do agree with the mantra that we don't want to put the spotlight on the fools, that goes for everybody. I shouldn't sit there and be doing Yong Ye videos every day. I've seen y'all noticed I've stopped, and I've said in my content I don't focus on Yong Ye as much because he's already been exposed and I already got the receipts on him. But then on the flip side of that, those that may be pessimistic about Stadia actions also shouldn't be putting the spotlight on a Yong Ye, a Meancast Boy, or a Rich from Review Tech. See, that goes across the board. You see what I'm saying? We're taking the biggest knife out the drawer and we cutting the BS out. That goes across the board. So we got to realize and recognize and strategize that sometimes we do have to spotlight falsehoods and lies and over exaggerations to get to the truth. And that's why this whole, I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to shut up.
Yeah,
that's why this whole Amazon Crucible thing that we're going to talk about is important. It's not important because Amazon is going to shut its doors down. No, it's important because imagine if this was Stadia. Imagine if this was Stadia, how this would be highlighted. I'm about to show you an article from one of the most Stadia hating outlets out there. They make it seem like this is a nothing burger, which is far from a nothing burger, but it doesn't mean that Amazon is shutting its doors. But by us spotlighting this rhetoric and showing the contrast and reaction to it, it helps exposes the truth. Who are the people? Who are the publications with agendas? Who are the people? Who are the publications that, even though they may or may not like Stadia, they are unbiased? And that's all. Go ahead, Storm. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna say, man, and what, as I shout out to the homie Jay, man. What's good, Jay Smith, man? It's been a while. I don't know if I missed you or not, but I know you used to be around all the time, bro. Good to see you.
Jay Smith. Oh yeah, I ain't seen Jay Smith in a minute.
About to go down. You hear what I'm saying? It's about to go down. Now, and it's very important to keep in mind now that some people bought into this thing. Some people are invested in Google. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, they're invested in Stadia, right? Not me now, but some people might be. Some people might want to see this thing grow because they like a lot of us have said, we got away from the BS on other platforms, all that bickering just because I couldn't even play games on Xbox at times, bruh, because I was always in an argument. It still happens to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you all to think about something, to try to imagine this real quick, right? Try to imagine being told your platform is trash and then people just parading it. They're having a holiday, like a hate Stadia holiday. Since launch, they've been having this. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a hate Stadia holiday, right? And then we jump over here, MM2K, and we're like, damn, wait a minute, Storm. This thing works. Chase, Eddie, 6-4, Duncan, so many other people, Meg. I mean, Rock, Clive, Brian, so many people, man. We're like, damn. Stadia thing really works. Now let's see what Google can do. Yeah, of course there are things that they had to get together as far as marketing and communication and advertising and stuff like that. But you're seeing the fruits of that labor right now. So some people never gave up. Stadia Revolution is one of them. He never really gave up on the idea of it takes time. Greatness takes time. and all that stuff. So some of us are thinking like that. It's not about waking up and going to war every day with people, with people that we want to love and enjoy the platform. I know when to shut the hell up on Twitter and all that, I know when to cut it off, man. I know when people have had enough, and I don't want people to feel like they got to listen to Projekt Storm complaining about something that somebody said about Stadia that I don't even own. I don't own it. No, I do not. But I'm starting to see things like a lot of people are ready to go elsewhere, man. Luna, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, they're ready to go somewhere else, man. And they have a full right to do so. I do. I'm everywhere with mine. I spend my money on whatever is appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? So if I speak on something, it's mainly because I remember all the negativity, all the people that came at me now, not Stadia. They came at me specifically. You're dumb. You're stupid, man. Stadia is gonna fail. You're buying, and you're gonna subscribe to Pro. And here Stadia is alive and ticking. MM2K out here putting on the biggest wave of advertisement that we've could have ever imagined right now. But we called it. Some of us predicted this. We called it out. We said the 1 year anniversary is coming up. Be prepared to see some big things. That's what a lot of us said. If I'm lying, you have full right to call me out. Call me out. If I'm lying, chat, call me out. I mean, a lot of us were already talking this about what they were going to be doing close to the 1 year mark. I'm still saying wait and see. Stadia told you on social media that they have more coming. I will sit back and wait. That's all to it. So that's all I want to say, man. My mind's all over the place because I have so many things I can say, but people don't want to hear me talk the whole time.
No, we do, and we also want to hear
the whole time because I'll run with it. I'll run with the whole damn show, and you'll be in the corner like, "Yo, Storm, man." You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, bro.
No, a lot of people have opinions on this, and we appreciate everybody's opinions. Don't get me in my. That's just how I talk. Deep Blue Sea, you never seen my movies? I'm like Samuel off the Dave Chappelle skit. That's just how I am. I'm at level 10 24/7. Storm will tell you. You know what I mean? With that being said, no, I just look, here's what's happening. I'm gonna keep it jiggy with you. Here's what's happening. It's the reckoning. And you gotta have a reckoning. Because it's the reckoning. You gotta have a reckoning. And I'm sorry. For those of the faint of heart that can't take the reckoning, hide your kids, hide your wife. It is the reckoning. Look, Xbox had to have a reckoning. And look what they end up doing. Now, this was a deal that was 2 years in the works, though. But look what they end up solidifying. A deal where they bought a hardcore company in the name of Bethesda because we've been shouting, you ain't got the AAA bangers. You ain't got the... Here they spent $7.5 billion on Bethesda, even though Bethesda was going underwater with a lot of its content. Fallout 76 didn't reach its potential. And y'all saw me, I capped for that game. Doom didn't reach its potential. Doom Eternal, that's still a great game, but it didn't reach its potential. A lot of the Dishonored games had fell short. You know what I'm saying? Look, a lot of its givings have fell underwater. And they still said, look, we are getting so much flack about AAA hardcore content along with this technology. We're going to drop the $7.5 billion. We just going to do it. We just going to do it. So again, sometimes there has to be a reckoning. Now, there are parts of the Stadia community that feel there should be a reckoning on the communication and on the marketing. And I, in large parts, I do agree. I always said that I loathe their marketing with their community engagement. I always thought that they could do a better job at that. I have no disagreements with that.
Yeah, and just to interject real quick, my brother, not to cut you off, but I've always said too, MM2K, that they don't want to show Amazon all their cards or Xcloud and others.
And look, and my take on that is, I always felt like that was their MO. But then I always said to myself, as someone that has, delved a little bit in marketing or whatever, and I was just talking to my wife about this morning about a completely different subject matter. That's what you get paid the big money for. See, sometimes you got to walk and chew gum. So you still could. Hey, look, I'm still trying to promote my idea, the 15-minute Stadia post every month. That'll kill a lot of this noise. But, they the $1 trillion company. They got to want to do that, right? But with that being said, just because they don't do something that I want them to do, I'm not going to jump out the window and talk in absolutes and say they're doomed, because the tracking doesn't show that. The numbers don't show that. And that's the problem. When there's one thing to say, ooh, you know what? I don't know about this approach Stadia is doing. I mean, it might work, but from my previous experience or what I'm used to seeing, I don't know if this is going to work. It's going to be something interesting to keep your eye on. That's different from saying, you know what? They're going to lose. This ain't going to work. They're going to fall on their face. Volcano's going to erupt, burn all the skin and bones off of them. They're done. When you talk like that, you're talking in absolutes like you know something, when in reality, even though you're speaking that rhetoric, the data is completely different from what you're saying. And what the data is doing is, it's time for the reckoning. What the data is doing, it's showing that the dynamic of the community storm is changing. The dynamic, it's not all about us. The platform started with the hardcore gamer and the tech enthusiast. They're not always synonymous, but the hardcore gamer and the tech enthusiast mainly pushing this platform. But as time went on, you have a lot of the hardcore gamers that are leaving or disgruntled or about to leave, and it's their choice. You got the tech enthusiasts that are staying around because they just want to try out the tech, but then replacing the hardcore gamer in droves, the ones that want to leave. Not all of us are leaving. I'm a hardcore gamer, but not all of us are leaving. But the ones that are leaving, the ones that are replacing them in droves, Storm, are the more casual gamers, right? And they're replacing them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times fold. Trust me, they are. Yeah. When I told you about that one Reddit where everybody was going up in arms about that Reddit, 763 people liked that Reddit post. I'm not saying that didn't mean something. It definitely is something that should be there to highlight something to Stadia. But don't signal that as in Stadia is in some serious trouble. Because those 763 people, if they decided to leave tomorrow, Stadia is going to get X times more of that the next day. Trust me. So again, there's a difference between highlighting issues and areas of concern. Nothing wrong with that. I do it. Everybody should do that. But there's a difference between highlighting areas of concern and trying to make a concern the death knell to Stadia. And as it relates to this Amazon thing, I'm going to let you speak your piece again, Storm, and then I'm going to read this Amazon article to highlight the bias in the community. But what are your thoughts again before we get to this article?
Nothing, because you just summed it up, and we don't have to go back and down that railroad track, man. We can keep on moving to the next one, because I want to get into that Amazon, that Crucible. I really do. So Absolutely. Can we jump into it?
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. All right, let's look at this Amazon article. Here it goes. Now, this is from The Verge. The Verge, who Stadia didn't have this, or Stadia doesn't give you a glass of milk. They're about to die. They don't give you a free pack of cookies. Anything that Stadia has done has signaled the death of the platform. And then I get the argument that we got to be fair because Amazon is new, so that's why they're not as hard on Amazon because they're new. I can't buy that juice because they were on Stadia from the beginning, before they even knew what it was. As soon as they found out that Stadia was a sole cloud gaming solution, they were on Stadia's caboose. And the reason why they're not on Amazon's caboose is because Stadia came first, and Stadia represents mentally, psychologically, the era of going from dedicated devices to cloud gaming, which they don't like. And what they're going to do, this is their game plan. I'm telling you, because I talked to a lot of these people behind the scenes. Their game plan is they will use anything, including the kitchen sink, to kill Stadia. And once Stadia is dead, they're going to say, see, cloud gaming altogether has failed. And in hopes to kill cloud gaming altogether. And a lot of you, unknowingly, you're feeding that game plan. The only reason why they're on Stadia so hard is because they want cloud gaming to die. And they feel like the best way is to stab it in its heart, aka the first so-called cloud gaming solution. They're going to praise Amazon right now. They're not saying everybody is, but the mainstream, they're going to praise Amazon or be light on them now in hopes that it kills Stadia. Once Stadia is dead, plan B is we're going to kill everything. And y'all falling for it. But let me read this article just to show you what I mean. Amazon has canceled Crucible, its free-to-play multiplayer shooter that had already been returned to closed beta. The game was put back into closed beta in July. Amazon has officially canceled Crucible, its free-to-play multiplayer shooter. It's the end of a rocky journey for the game, which launched in May after years of development back and put back in the closed beta in July. We are very much appreciative of the way that our fans have rallied around our efforts, and we've loved seeing your responses and the changes that we made over the past few months. But ultimately, we didn't see a healthy, sustainable future for Crucible, the team said in a blog. If you're in the closed beta, you still will be able to play the game in some short. The developers will be hosting a final playtest and community celebration in the next few weeks. Once that's done, matchmaking will be disabled, but you'll be able to play custom games, which we are expecting to be available in the coming days until 3 p.m. The company has also says that they will be offering a full refund for any purchases you've made. If you want refunds, follow these instructions here. Crucible development will be moved to Amazon. Crucible developers will be moved to Amazon games like New World, which is currently set to launch in spring 2021, has its own set of challenges, including 2 delays. And we're still waiting on the release of Pac-Man Live Studio, a version of Pac-Man that you can play directly on Twitch. Amazon said in May that the game would launch in June, but it's still not out. And the game's website only says that it's coming soon. Amazon isn't just making games. It has a cloud gaming service called Luna that it launched last month. Users in the US can request early access to it now. If you want to understand how Luna stacks up against other cloud gaming offerings, we've got a guide for you right here. Now, Storm, in chat.
Don't ask me.
That is the happiest go lucky reporting of them canceling a game this early as I've ever seen in my life. I'm asking y'all, I'm going to start with you, Storm. Had this been a Stadia article,
man,
would that have read the same way? That's all I'm asking.
I told you don't ask me. I told you because what you're going to hear is
Let it fly, brother.
Do you want the truth?
I want the truth.
Everybody's not ready for the truth.
They going to get it today. This is the reckoning.
Anyway. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right. You got some people out there, you know what I'm saying? They're going to live in fairy tale land and all that stuff and try to hide the truth. But we're going to spit it out over here. If that had been Guilt, which is a timed exclusive, all hell would have broke loose. And it's a timed exclusive, but it's still exclusive to Stadia. Damn.
Woo!
If that had been that game, people would have raised hell. If it had been anything like like the Darksiders Genesis or anything like that, people would have raised hell. Let that be Outcasters, the up and coming exclusive game that's looking like it's going to launch this fall. Let it happen to Outcasters. In MM2K, you will see it all over the place, man. Everybody, you will turn on your TV or go on YouTube tomorrow, and everybody that hates on Stadia now will be having a party about it. So what I'm going to say is a wise dude named 6'4", man.
6'4", shout out to 6'4".
6'4" tried to tell me, he tried to keep it factual. I didn't want to hear him.
Yep.
I said, man, bro, you tripping, man. You are tripping right now because I'm looking at this game Crucible, and this Crucible is looking like it's about to be the truth. The concept of it, everything, man, it's not going to die. It's not going to fail. He said, man, and this is fact, so I could call it out. He said, man, it's trash. I said, whoa, bro. Wait, why would you come out here and say something's trash? That's kind of harsh, man. Don't you think? Like, let me get on the game. So I got on the game. So did Rock. Rock had already been on it, I think, and other people. And we were talking about this game, and I jumped on it. And I'm like, oh, damn. All right, it's not that bad. I gave it some love, people. I gave it some love. Now I'm hearing this. Yo, Amazon. Now, let me just put it out there. This is my opinion again, Project Storm's opinion. Amazon tried to hurry up and rush and keep up with Stadia. In my opinion, Xcloud is trying to do the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're scrambling around. They got it, it's just my opinion now. Let me have some fun. They went out there, they copped that 7.5 bill transaction that happened. That was a smart move. I fully support it. I will be on Xbox games in the near future, guaranteed, because I like the move that they made. Now, with that being said, though, They are Xcloud's in 720p, PS Now's in 720p, GeForce Now's in 1080p. Shadow can't get their stuff together to even serve their customers right now.
Golly.
And don't get me started on it, y'all, because I know my stuff. You know why I know my stuff? Because I'm on these platforms. I'm on them every week, so I could talk about this. So when I always say, don't try to come for me at all unless you're on these platforms like me, playing these games, buying these IP, spending that money, that 60, that 40, that 30, that free, whatever, you know, that 99, whatever. Hey, what I'm saying, y'all, I'm going to celebrate today, MM2K. We're going to have a party.
Yeah.
And I'm going to laugh. Nobody's going to stop my laughter. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's funny how things happen, man. Karma is a bee. That's all I'm going to say.
Look, Storm, I'm going to say this, bro. Anybody here, I want to just show something real quick. Anybody that wants to say that my brother don't play these games, he plays these games. He's all over the place. He's the one. Hey, look, he did a better promo for PlayStation Now than I think PlayStation has ever done. He's everywhere. Look at this. He's everywhere. Xbox. He's on every single system you can think of. Shadow.
Except
GFN.
the Switch right now, because the Switch didn't give me 4K, and I'm on that 4K at 2020.
That's it.
And that's my opinion.
My bro's playing everything. Here's all we're saying. And shout out to the homie Chase. I don't want Chase to think that this was like a shot at him. He says, I will stand by my AM comments, but on the rich piece, you're 100% correct. MM agreed upon reflection. Chase, this isn't about what you said in the AM as far as everybody not being served rightfully by the rhetoric going back and forth. I agree with that. I agree that this is not for the faint of heart. I'm just saying this is needed. Sometimes war is ugly, and we're in a war against lies. We're in a war against lies. So there are some people that do come to the platform and they just want some information and they don't want the back and forth rhetoric. You are absolutely right. This is not for the faint of heart. Y'all are going to have to stay in the house. But there are some real warriors out here in these trenches. You know what I'm saying? With the 6-shooter, riding a horseback. And it's necessary because there's too much bloviating, there's too much lying, and there's too much over-exaggerating for it to be let slide. And my concern on this channel is not, I can't satisfy everybody. I appreciate everybody's opinion. And I know, but I'm self-aware, Storm. I know everybody don't like me and they ain't gotta like me. That's not what this channel is here for. This channel is here to serve the truth. And if in order to serve the truth, things got to get a little mucky, then by God damn it, it's going to get a little mucky. And for those that don't want no dirt flung on them, y'all going to have to go in the house. The fact of the matter is this article that I just pulled up for y'all, had this been like my brother Storm just so elegantly put, if this would have been guilt, if this would have been a guilt story about guilt getting canceled well before the platform was in anybody's hands, it wouldn't have read this way. Stadia is trying to do this and that. This is horrible, god awful. Should cloud gaming die? Let it news at 11. You know what I mean? It would have been completely different. And that's the bias. And again, shout out to Amazon Luna. As soon as Amazon Luna comes out, I don't know about you, Storm, but I'm on it. I'm on it.
Hey, you don't need me to show you to prove that I'm already the early access. I already put that request in. I need that.
We need that
it in my life.
We need it. Hey, look, I already got my Fire TV Cube because I've been testing. I told you I've been testing cloud gaming for the past 2 years. And I bought the Fire TV Cube because of the specs of it is very powerful. It's just that Amazon was slick as hell and made sure they blocked out the capabilities of anything else being side loaded on there except for GFN, right? So with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there are lies and there's over exaggerations, and we get it. There are people that were dissatisfied with Stadia because they had different expectations coming in. But we're 11 months. We're 11 months past all that right now, and the platform is what the platform is. Now you can sit there and say, you know, and when I say you, I don't mean you, Chase, but I'm talking about gamers in general. You can sit there and say, Stadia, you need to do this. Stadia, you can do that, and you can do that. That's fine, and speak up. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like how I spoke up about Xbox. I continue to speak up about Xbox even when I felt like I wasn't part of the community anymore. But not once did you ever hear MM2K say anything off the Richter and look, frankly, let's be real here, crazy and insane as Xbox is about to die. If they don't listen to MM2K, they're going to die. Why didn't I say that? Because despite them being laughed at for not having AAA games, for them having the cartoony games, quote unquote, I knew Xbox was making money. In Sony's greatest year, 2018, Sony made $16 billion, and off of what not just me, but people considered trash from Xbox, they still made $10 billion. I follow the data and I tell the truth off the data. And what I'm telling you right now is that even though a lot of you, most of you may not have the data that I'm looking at, there is no data proof that shows that Stadia is in any trouble whatsoever. There's none. So why are we sitting there trying to pin doom and gloom on Stadia? If they don't do this, they're going to die. If they're going to do that, they're going to die. Meanwhile, we got a platform that its own game that it's developed is already pulled off the shelf, and they're so nice. We're going to tell you how to get a refund. We're going to tell you how to do this. But they got Luna coming out. Just, you see how they're so positive? Again, it's a game plan, and y'all got to stop falling for the okie doke, okay? So number one, the reckoning is let's tell the truth. There are people that don't like a lot of things about Stadia. They're either speaking up, which is fantastic, or they're leaving, which is also their choice and fantastic. But the reckoning is you're not going to lie. Don't think you're going to lie and bloviate and make up stuff, and people that are enjoying the platform are just going to sit back and say, you know what? Even though they're making it up, it's okay. No. We're going to do what everybody else does in every other single community, and then we're going to expose the truth. We're going to say, hold on, you're saying this, but data shows this. And if you're going to come out there and stay and speak from the heart instead of speaking from the truth, if the truth in your heart contrast and you choose your heart instead of the truth, people are going to challenge you. Nothing wrong with that. Period. And there is a reckoning now because this article shows the bias that's out there, not only in the mainstream media, but in sectors of the Stadia community with it. So the excuses that I've seen for this dropped my jaw. I don't believe Luna's in any trouble. It dropped my jaw. I don't believe Luna is in any trouble. I don't believe it. Do I still believe it's the lying in the Serengeti, like 6'4" said? No, I don't think so. Let me say this real quick story. I know I've been bloviating so much, but let me say this.
Do your thing, man.
Before I was coming to Stadia, I was going to be with Amazon. I was like, before I even knew about Stadia, I said Amazon's going to be my ticket because I'm not happy with Xbox. But I started seeing Amazon before they even started, turn the ignition on. They were laying a lot of people off. This is well before COVID. This is like 2018, 2019. Laying people off, laying studios off, all this stuff. So they had pulled back a lot on their production, where I saw Google ramping up on their production. So I said, I'm going to keep an eye on the Stadia thing. And once I got it in my hands, and then I started to see more of the messaging, as far as the stuff that they wanted to do, like from GDC, I said, okay, I might be on board with this thing, but we'll see once I get it in my hands. And once I got it in my hands, I was like, oh, okay, this is it. You know what I mean? But Amazon has had a history going into this gaming thing where they've been a little bit unstable. It's been like that since 2018. So 6'4" was right in saying that he didn't believe they were the lion in the Serengeti. I was taking into account their war chest, and I'm still taking it into account when I say Storm. Don't count them out because it is definitely not. Don't count them out at all. But what I'm saying is we got to keep it real. You cannot sit there and make this a nothing burger, but had it happened to Stadia, it would be looked at in a different light and say that's okay, period. Now I shut up finally.
Oh, that's all right though, because Ray was and shout out to the chat, man. We're gonna highlight a couple of these comments in a second, man. Ray is asking us to get some of that water and put these flames out. Ray Sherrod from the West Coast, man. Much love to the West Coast out there, y'all. And I mean this when I say it, man. Hopefully everything gets cleared up out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I got family out there and all that, Ray. You know what I'm saying? But man, we don't need no water right now.
Let it burn.
We're going to let it burn.
Let it burn.
You know why? Because everybody else has their microphones like us, man. They get out here and they do what they do and they voice their concerns, Rich and everybody and all these other people. And we're to sit back again and be quiet and just let it happen.
When we know the truth.
Just take the thrashing, right? Just take the thrashing, right?
Not just the thrashing, storm the truth.
Hold up, MM. Hold up, MM. Hold up, man.
The truth.
Hold on, bro. We're going to sit back, take that thrashing, right?
Uh-huh.
And then smile and say, give me some more. Man, get up. All right, so look, we're not the defenders of the damn universe, nor do we defend. We're not the defenders of Stadia either. Yeah. I know it might come off as that.
Yeah.
But what we do is we support a platform that we see that has one of the brightest futures in gaming. That's what I just want to make clear to people right now who might misunderstand where we're coming from.
Yeah.
There's so many people out here just spreading blatant lies, y'all. Like, but when you put them on a spot, they can't even answer the damn questions. I'm like, yo, what game, man? Tell me something, man. Yep. What happened to Sally in level 2 of Guild? They don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Who?
On
Sally
Baldur's
Fields.
Gate 3, this is how I put him on blast. On Baldur's Gate 3, what happens? You know what I'm saying? When you first hit the A
Storm,
button.
don't do it to him.
I'm just saying, Emma, hold up, man. Let me ride for a minute. Man. I told you. What
all right, I'm gonna shut up, bro. I know. I'm sorry, man. My job is in jeopardy, even on my channel. I know.
Hey, look. And when I asked them questions like, well, Stadia don't have no damn AAA games, the hell is Red Dead? What is Destiny 2? But Destiny don't have no players. Hold on. Destiny don't have no players, though. You can't even get in a match. Mm-hmm. Well, I would say MM2K run that Destiny footage, but it's not necessary. I think people understand that we out here, we know what we're talking about. We play these games. We go behind the scenes. The brother's already putting stuff on screen about Amazon Luna. You think that we don't know stuff about Stadia that's going down? You can look on social media right now and see what Stadia is doing. I don't have to tell you all this. Go look at the parade that's happening right now in Stadia land, the land of electric air. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? From the time they dropped that commercial, by the way, now I'm gonna sound like a fanboy, and that's cool. I'm gonna sound like a cheerleader. It's cool. I paid my money. I paid my $9.99. They could take it. If they add Uplay Plus in the fall, in November, they can get $20, $30. Shit, I might go up to $40 because I love the platform that much. You know what I'm saying? But that's no secret. Everybody can like Xbox, right? That's a yes or a no. Can you help me out, Emma? Yes or no? Can people like Xbox, bro?
Oh yeah, look. People, real quick. I know you in your bag. I'm gonna just say this real quick. It's okay for people to say, I'm willing to buy Game Pass right now. There's really not nothing in there that I like, but I know in 3 years they're going to be dropping a Bethesda game, so I'm going to load up on Game Pass right now. That's okay. And you're talking about hundreds of dollars, so y'all better not say nothing to Storm because he's willing to pay $40 for Uplay Plus. But go ahead.
Man, I bought a TV. I paid $16.99 US for my Samsung Q80T just for the future of gaming. Now, I know it only has one HDMI 2.1 port and all that, but guess what? And it's not OLED, but OLEDs, I don't have to worry about the burn-in, y'all. So this is how serious I am about my gaming. MM said the word hardcore earlier. We don't play around, y'all. When it comes to this gaming thing, this right here is a hobby, but it's also a passion. This gaming right here, Ray Sherrod told y'all before. If you didn't hear it, I'll tell you, and I'll try my best to paraphrase it. Gaming saved this brother. It saves a lot of people from things like so many different things. I don't have to get into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. So some people take this thing serious. Now, I don't take it so serious that it ruins my life and that I go through like addiction and need help and all that stuff. Nah. Yeah. But I do love gaming. When I'm at home, when I'm done doing what I have to do, taking care of the family, cleaning, doing whatever, you know what I mean? Gaming is what I go to. If I'm not playing with the controller in my hand, I go to the YouTube, go to see what's going on, support other content creators, check out what the chat is saying, all that good stuff, man. It gets us by through times like this. Yep. So, yeah, our opinions might sound a little bit heavy-handed and everything, but hey, look, man. Again, some people out here, I think there's a place for everybody. So I'm going to speak my mind. But go ahead, man.
No, all we're saying at the end of the day is if people want to speak up, speak up. Look, I had to leave the Xbox community because they didn't allow me to speak up. So nobody's not saying don't speak up. But believe you me, if MM2K made a video and it said Xbox is going to die in 2020 unless they get hardcore AAA games, and someone says, but hold on, Grounded is #1 on Steam, I can't get mad at them. They're telling the truth. And at the end of the day, regardless, we should be able to express our opinions, say what we feel, whether we're happy with the platform, whether we're not happy with elements, and still stay within the realm of truth. If we got to go out of bounds and go into the realm of bloviation and speculation and try to make it seem like the truth, then that is a reflection on us. That's not a reflection on Stadia. And what I'm saying right now is that this article, the excuses that I'm hearing from people about this is astronomical. The same people that will sit there and knock Stadia ain't got no search bar. That's gonna die tomorrow. Stadia don't give you a free pack of Twizzlers. They're gonna die next week. The littlest thing that happens with Stadia, I even showed you it with the publication that was known for dogging Stadia before it even released. Had this been guilt, like my brother so elegantly put, you would not have the same reaction. And regardless if you're happy with Stadia or not, that should be, you would think that would be the mantra from the community, but it's not. So whatever, but all I'm saying is, regardless of what the community does, I am wholeheartedly going to be a steward for the truth. It's not about people's feelings. I'm not out here to hurt nobody's feelings. This is nothing personal, but why I started this channel was to make sure that there was an entity, at least a steward for the truth. I'm not saying that other people lie. You can tell the truth and not so wholeheartedly be a steward for the truth. I'm a steward for the truth, meaning regardless if it's good or bad, if you say something wrong, you might see me lurking in the shadows, period. If you say something, if you're bloviating, I'm lurking in the shadows, period. It ain't nothing personal. But again, as someone that was lied to as a consumer who didn't know better and was ripped off plenty of times, I don't want to see it happen to other people. So as you guys and gals are out here speaking of your displeasure of Stadia, that's fine. Speak up, but do it within the realm of truth. Because just like there's people looking at you that may not have an appetite for the rhetoric, there were people out there looking to make purchasing decisions based off of what you say. Whether they should or not, that's a different story, but they're looking to do it. And at the very least, be a steward of the truth and say, okay, I feel that long term this might happen because it's such and such, such and such. Don't sit there and say, you know what, Stadia is in trouble. Because if we're pillars of the community and they say that, and they see that, they're going to think that we got some inside information that they don't, and that's going to cast their gaming decision. Don't do that. That's all I'm saying. So, with that said, Stadia Rev is in the house, just in time. We are going, Storm, do you think we good now to let these live calls happen? Because I know people got...
Let them come through. If you all are ready to get on here and voice your opinion or whatever, challenge what we're saying right now, whatever the case is, you know, as long as we do it respectfully, we're ready to kick it off, man. I'm ready.
And every opinion is appreciated. We love everybody's active opinion. We see y'all in the chat. I'm just saying, I want it to be abundantly clear that to me, it's not so much about being quote unquote tasteful. I never was quote unquote. Oh, we got a fall.
Here we go. Man. There it Hold is. On. We'll get back to that though. Tasteful. I do want to know. About that.
Hold on. Let's get. Hello, you are live with Storm and MM2K. Who are we speaking to, and what is it that you want to bring up, our good friend?
Man, I haven't been here in 2 weeks. It is so good to hear y'all's voice,
Let's
man. My second favorite podcast.
Do.
Nah, I'm lying, y'all. It's right up there with Sounds of Stadia. I say it all the time. MM, Projekt, it is Chase. I hope y'all are doing well. I've got a couple things I want to talk with y'all about real quick.
Hold on before you go on, Chase. I want to make sure that everybody can hear you. Can y'all hear Chase well? Let us know. Okay, go ahead, Chase. We just want to let them make sure that we're aware of that. But go ahead, brother.
No, yeah, you're good, man. So, first thing I wanted to say is on this whole Crucible thing. Number one, y'all are spot on. It's got to be balanced. And the only thing I would throw caution to, and I don't know, I didn't catch if you said this or not, MM or Projekt, we don't know if this Crucible thing's tied to Luna, right? And it's hard to jump to any conclusions one way or the other on that. That said, it ain't a good look. It's got to be attacked in that manner, that it's not a good look. What does that mean for their first party studio going forward? I don't know. I don't know at the end of the day. I talked about it last night on, I did a Rogue Company live stream, and Ashes, shout out to Ashes. He actually mentioned that they were canceling the game outright. So not a good look, and as far as consumer confidence, how do you think that looks to a consumer? The consumer's going to go, well, you're going to pull the plug on that game. What are you going to pull the plug on? So you definitely have to treat it with the same gravity. I agree 110%. But I think the other thing that I wanted to tackle with you guys real quick is on the issue of the rhetoric versus facts. And this is the part that I thought was important. And I don't know if I really did a good job of explaining this morning, but I wanted to just throw it out there and then kind of let it sit on the table and let it marinate, because I know it'll probably spur thought and thought-provoking conversation. But the issue for me, and I think this is the big one, is it's not so much responding to people. And I guess this is the right way for me to say it. It, like, I think we all know, if it's somebody that's being a troll, it's a troll, right? If it's somebody that's trying to actually get information, trying to talk and have a legitimate conversation with you, I don't think there's any problems with that. And I think if you respond in a factual way, what I think, and this might be where I did not do a good job this morning of clarifying, and I just want to put it out there for people. It's the point of where we go beyond the facts, and then we got to throw the dig as well. That's where I think people are paying attention to that MM and Projekt. I can't tell you how many places I was at on social media over the last few days when I wasn't feeling well. I was just, moving around on Facebook, moving around on Twitter, watching people say, I'm tired of watching the back and forth bickering in the shots. I'm out. Folks got to be real careful with this stuff, man. I'm just trying to warn people. If we want to put the facts out on the table, and the goal is that we want people to know what these platforms are, I think that's great. But do we really want to go that extra step and push people away that might be wanting to come here for the facts? That's where my concern comes in. And when I start seeing some of those trends, it aligns with the trends that we see in data analytics with consumers. They want honesty. They want transparency. They want loyalty. They don't want all the extra pontification. They just want you to get down to the brass tacks. Tell me what it does and what it doesn't do. And I do want people to also know this, MM. You said what you said about Rich, and I wasn't trying to necessarily go down the path of who's right, who's wrong, but I want people to know this is what discourse is all about. It's one of the things I love about you. You know that. I love that about you, MM. You spoke something this morning that changed my heart. See, this is why we got to have conversations, folks. Because sometimes you take a step back and you go, you know what? He's right. He's right about this specific subject. And you're right. I focused on the messenger versus the message. But you know what? If we're going to tell 9 out of 10 times to somebody, don't go and watch that, but then we go and we highlight that same piece of content in the next situation, how are we any better? How are we any better? So I just wanted to give you applause and kudos. And you're right about that one. And hey, listen, this is what it's all about. Sometimes we got to admit when we're wrong. And you got to take an L. So that's it, y'all. I took up enough of your time. I love you both. I love the chat.
You're always welcome.
Before you go, Chase,
welcome. Before you go, though,
you're always welcome. Yeah, and that's, look, we've multiple times, Chase, we've said that we've displayed that you can have discourse and what do we say? Hashtag diversity of thought. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. Right. I can say that. And I know that I had another interaction earlier today where someone thought that I was gearing it towards them, and I'm not gearing it towards you nor them. There are entities though that want to just highlight one portion of it, and you're not one of those. You want to have diversity of thought. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need in the community. But there are individuals that want to just focus on one side. They want to ignore everything else, and it just can't, for there to be balance, it just can't be that way. You know what I mean? There has to be those that, like you say, speak up and speak to their grievances. And then there has to be those that say what they like about the platform so everybody has a clear picture. And it's great that you do that.
And Chase knows, and you know that I call out names, man. I did it. I've done it since day one. You know me. So I'm calling out names, but it's not to disrespect anybody because, see, the thing is, I need to let people know I'm not one of those people that's like, well, somebody said something, but I don't want to call out their name. I'm like, nah, y'all just watched the same show I did. Chase just said this. So that's what I mean I'm going to put your name in it. If it's Rev, if it's you, if it's MM or whoever, I'm going to put the name in it so people know what the hell I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, man, this conversation can go on for another 3 hours right here on this subject, man, because I've been one of those people too, talking about, look, man, we got to be careful what we say. You got to think about who's listening and who's watching. We're supposed to be staples in the community or whatever in the community. I don't consider myself a staple. I'm a baby. You know what I'm saying? I got up in here late. But what I'm saying is people have always paid attention to what we've been saying. And we've seen the results of that in certain cases where people start to push back with their own opinions. And I welcome them. Just like we welcome the trolls or whatever, we have a little bit more patience than some people might have.
Yeah.
We want to listen to all the voices. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick.
Yep. But no, Chase, if you have anything else to add, definitely add it. But before you go, please make sure you plug your channel and plug your rogue streams too, and how often you do them, and anything else you got going on too.
Yeah, no, well, I respect y'all a hell of a lot. Love y'all's opinions. Everyone's going to have different takes on this one. I just always try to be real careful that we don't, like you said, MM, we don't give oxygen to where oxygen's not deserved. Because these people out here, listen, they're smart, y'all. They're trying to make money off of you getting upset. Mm-hmm. And why give them that extra dollar if they don't deserve it? That's how I always try to look at it. But as far as the YouTube channel, you can find me at youtube.com. Oh, you know what? I don't have the URL anymore because we had to do the brand stuff. So go to twitter.com/Phantom UFC fan. You can find the link there for the channel. That's the easiest way to get to it. The Rogue Company live streams, I've been trying to do them on Friday nights.
Okay.
That's my goal going forward. So
cool, man. And then don't forget about that little show you do on Tuesdays as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this week on Stadia Unfiltered with Eddie, Kai, Ashes to Ashes, and myself. It's a wonderful podcast. If y'all have time, stop by 8:30 p.m. EDT over on the Eddie Player One YouTube channel, y'all.
Perfect. Hey, Chase, man. Hey, thank you for coming by, man. You know we love you, brother. As always, Stadia, Saturday Stadia Evolution, you always get the take from Chase. We follow up. Saturdays will never be the same, man. You start off at 10 a.m. every Saturday, and we follow up at noon, man. So glad to have you call in, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Love y'all. Bye, everybody.
Hey, love you too, brother.
Peace.
Have a good one. Peace.
And that right there is a good, clear example, man. Look. Here's the deal. At some point, we got to be adults and realize that we're gonna have our opinions, and some people, like, for the people that don't want to engage in it and don't want to hear it, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But we're helping consumers either way you look at it. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and they're not accurate on something, we call them out. Mm-hmm. If we're not accurate on something, they call us out. Then we correct that, or either we lay in our own pile of mess of whatever the deal is, right? But when we have this type of dialogue, and I'm telling you right now, hell no, I don't agree with everybody in the community and everything that people say. Yep. I don't agree with it. Some people don't agree with what I say. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to attack the next person. No, let's get into this next call.
All right. Okay, caller, welcome to Storm and Most Live with Storm and MM2K. Let us know who we're talking to and what you want to talk about, our good friend.
Yo, first of all, having this conversation without your boy Stadia Revolution being a part of it. Shout out to Chase that just got off the phone. What's up? Shout out to everybody shout out to the chat. You guys are keeping it live. That's what's up. Let me ask you before you get started, man. Before you get started,
are you? Hey, you said you was doing some cleaning, man. Are you changing the lighting and everything? I know you got that lighting. You got the new cam. You about to get things lit for the next show, man.
Well, it's just house cleaning I had to do because it kind of needed it. You know what I'm saying? The light situation is what it is. It's all good.
Gotcha.
I got that pretty much set the way I want it. I'm gonna add more to the whole house now because I just fell in love with these LEDs.
That's what's up, bro. But get into it.
Man, So I got that article from The Verge. Wanted to just kind of go back to that. See, I had a thing with The Verge since like November of last year, or should I say like October, September, somewhere. And I was reading the article. I was like, okay, well, let me just see what this article is, because I got the news pop up from the Google News feed, on my Pixel or whatever. So I was like, let's see what this is about. So I read the article. I'm like, man, I knew that they canceled the game already because I saw that on Twitter, but I wanted to see what The Verge's take was. I'm like, okay. So I'm reading this article and I'm like, all right, I'm waiting for the Venom, waiting for the Venom, waiting for the Venom, waiting for the Venom. No Venom. And I'm sitting here looking like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I remember The Verge before I started doing content, before I even knew about the Stadia content creator community, before I was even a part of this whole thing or whatever. I remember just being in Facebook groups and all these Verge articles being posted, and everything that they were saying about Stadia was just slanted to the negative and filled with a little bit of misinformation here and there.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm just like, okay, and my whole thing was back then I was just fighting against the misinformation, trying to make sure that the people were having the correct information. And every time I read a Verge article on Stadia, they include something that just isn't necessarily true, or slightly twisted off to the misinformation side. And I'm like, no, see, this ain't right. But here in this in this article, with Amazon, which no shade on Amazon. I use them all the time. I got a package being delivered from them right now.
Right.
So no shade against them, but it's like my whole thing is keep that same energy. Keep that same energy that y'all had, when y'all was just trashing Stadia all day long, every single article. Like it got so bad that we were like just banned their articles from even being posted in the groups because they were so full, they were so negative and so full of lies and misinformation. But here, they made some more milk for Amazon. They nice they rocked them to sleep, and get all that stuff. I'm like, dang. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, hold on a second. Woo! Where's the hate? Where's the vitriol? Where's the venom? Where's the shade? Where's all this stuff? Where's the Amazon doesn't know what they're doing? Because even here they mentioned 3 games. They mentioned 2 other games. They talked about Crucible, which I didn't get a chance to play that, but hopefully they'll bring it back and make it better.
Keep talking, because I'm looking for those articles right now. I'm looking right now. Keep talking though.
And they talked about then they talked about was that New World's been delayed a couple times.
Yep.
Then they talked about the Pac-Man game, which I'm a huge fan of Pac-Man, so that kind of just like, man, that's Blue Pass's release date, and it didn't even it doesn't even have a release date, and there's been no updates on that, and it's like 4 months later, and I'm like, okay, if this I hate to be that whataboutism and all that stuff, but we know like if this was a Stadia article, a Stadia issue, the wording would be so different, and it wouldn't just be from The Verge. It would be from the general gaming media, and that's going to be a subject of either a video, or article, or something I'm going to do, because we just got to call this crap out, because that's just. It's bogus. It's bogus, because Stadia never got that pass. When we see people in the community talking about, oh, no more passes for Stadia, no more free passes, and this and the other. Like, when did they ever get a pass? Yep. Like every time that we said, hey, this is still a new platform. It's still going to have its bumps in the road. They have a long-term plan. All that stuff, what do we get the pushback? Well, there's just no excuse. They can't. They have to do this and they have to do that, and everything has to be perfect every single time. Every time they come out, and it's like, wait a minute, they're gonna make mistakes. We bought in early because we understood that. So Amazon has the mistakes that they're making, and missteps or whatever you want to call it, and they're gonna have that because it's a new platform.
Absolutely,
and this is a new gaming company from them. Not only are they doing a platform, but they have their own gaming studios, just like Google does. So if you're going to give them a pass, have that same energy when this stuff comes to when it comes to Stadia. And we can see the perfect example of that just a week ago when they announced the Chromecast with Google TV, and it didn't have Stadia support like straight from the beginning.
Yes.
And
The
reaction was immediate and venomous. Not just from the gaming general gaming community, but from the gaming consumers and the content creators. Everybody just went all the way in on it. And it's like I was saying, and I think I was one of the only ones saying that maybe, just maybe, and I wrote an article on it, that maybe, just maybe, they have their reasons for not having Stadia support. And since it's been announced it's going to come next year, maybe that reason is that they're working on a version of Stadia that's going to be more compatible with that, and it's going to be upgraded or whatever.
Yeah,
so maybe we should give them the time to do that and see what version of Stadia we get when that's ready.
Yep.
But no. This is an oversight, and this is what people were saying. This is an oversight. They don't know what they're doing, and this Stadia is an afterthought, and all this stuff. That, I mean, the vitriol coming back from that was just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like so here they are canceling games. And here they are. Here's Amazon canceling games, missing release dates, delaying games,
and exclusive.
All of their own stuff, not from anybody else, all their own stuff. And then they still have Luna launching at some point. Yeah. You know, we don't know exactly when that's going to happen, and we don't even have a date. For the early access,
exactly.
Thing, you know, because I want to check it out.
Yeah,
I want to check it out, and you know, I'm not going to be rage or hate playing it. I'm going to check it out genuinely because they have something on there they have stuff on there that I want to try out.
Yep.
So. I ain't coming from a place of like saying, oh, I'm just crapping on Amazon. No, because I'm going to be one of their consumers. So trust me, I'm sitting here just watching this as an amused, you know, Stadia player and seeing how the difference in the reaction to the bad news coming out of Amazon is handled, as opposed to supposed bad news coming from the Stadia side has been handled and is currently being handled.
Yeah. And you're not the only one that's thinking that way, because I'm checking the DM, man. I got a few people right now that's trying to get in as well. They want to know MM2K. They want to know how to get in, how to call in, man.
Oh yeah, let me do this. Let me do this. I sent a tweet, but here's
again. What you doing? Y'all BSing.
We're hitting here's the Skype line. We put it in the chat. If you want to call in, the Skype line is 724-739-3612. 724-3739-3612. If you can't hit us up on the Skype line, that's all right. We still got a way for you. You can go to PNTS Network and leave us a yapper. You can leave us a yapper. You can leave us an audio yapper or video yapper. That's how you do it. Go to PNTSnetwork.com #PNTS main yapper. But if you can't do that, if you don't, I don't want y'all to hear me. I'm too damn pretty for y'all to hear me. Here's what you do. This is your last resort. Still an option that's available. Yep. Join the PNTS Discord via the PNTS Patreon. Become part of the War Room. We're reading War Room comments as we go, and you can be heard that way too. So multiple ways to be heard, definitely. So
it sounds like all you need is the Skype app or whatever the case is, right?
Yep.
Like, you need your phone, man. I'm calling on my phone. I don't even have a Skype app. So
just dial the number. Yeah. Okay. There it is, y'all. See, I don't have to call in because I'm on the damn show.
Like I'm calling the homies.
All right. Well, Red, we appreciate it, man. As always.
As always, brother.
Yep.
But thank you for calling in, man. A lot to digest there, and I'm glad that you brought it up, man. Very important stuff, brother.
Yes, sir. You know, I'm always support you guys. You know, it's all good.
Hey, so, and talk about what you're doing, man. Can you plug your channel and plug what you're doing, man?
Well, you know, I got my Stadia Revolution channel. I'm tomorrow starting the schedule finally, where I'm going to do the Sunday Stadia conversation.
All right.
You know, that I do. I've been doing a couple of those here and there, but I'm going to try to do it as weekly as possible. And shouts out to the old name Stadia Weekly. And then Tuesday we talk about we're gonna do a chat talking about Tuesday I'm doing a chat talking about the blog posts, you know, If there's some really good info in there, I'm gonna, get on live and talk about it, or maybe do a video. It's gonna either be one of the two. And then Thursday, do some gameplay, because those days I have more free time to do it.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm looking at. You can, subscribe on the Stadia Revolution channel on YouTube. Catch me on Twitter at SFounder2019. And then also, look out for articles from Cloudy with a Chance of Game. So I do all of that stuff. I'm trying to balance all of that stuff out.
Absolutely. Hey, perfect, man. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it as always, brother. Have a good one.
Now I get to go back to listening. Later, y'all.
Peace. All right. Those two great phone calls back to back. One from the brother Chase, one from the brother Stadia Revolution. I want to break these down real quick, Storm, and give my thoughts on both of those.
Take your time.
That's why we do this show, y'all. That's why we do the show. I don't want y'all to, anybody that's listening, shout out to the brother J-Dub that retweeted this. So I know we're starting to get a lot of people that may not normally listen to this, that may have heard MM2K be capping for Stadia. No, this is not what it's about. My job and Storm's job is not to make y'all purchase a decision for y'all. I've said this earlier this week. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know your profile for me to sit there and tell you anything to do in your life. And I'm hoping you're not listening to us just solely for that reason. I hope you're entertained. You like the discourse. You like the information. My job is to help your purchasing decision, to be confident in what you like. Take the information that I'm sharing with you, combine it together, then make a purchasing decision. That's what I'm hoping that you're taking out of this. I don't want to run your life like that. You know what I'm saying? I love that you guys support the platform, but we don't want to control you like that. And see, what we want to do is we want to highlight everything. We want to highlight the perspectives that Chase put out there. Oh, we got another phone call.
Oh, here it is. Let's go. Who could it be?
Hey, we are live. Storm and Mose, who do we have, and who are we talking to, and what is it that you want to talk about, our good friend?
This is Ray, and I am the gaming sideboard. I'm enjoying a wonderful Saturday morning listening to you guys. You guys are taking me to church.
Woo!
Taking a lot of people to church. I appreciate it. I ain't going to speak too long because shout out to Rev, shout out to Chase.
Yes.
I thought they said some pretty good, interesting stuff.
Absolutely.
But we need you guys because I know how, I think Chase said that, people are looking and they're saying, hey, if we say something, then it makes us look bad. But we have to say something because I know there's people out there that got misinformed and mad that they never got a chance to get Stadia because they was listening to somebody else.
Yes.
And they got misinformed.
Hey, okay? Ray, do you watch the Chappelle show, Ray?
Yes, I did.
Okay, remember that one skit with Arsenio Hall where he's like, he was eating the cheese. He's like, hold on, this is some good cheese. Why did y'all tell me this cheese was that goddamn good? And he was slapping the waiters and stuff. That's how some people have come back to me. I've had big ups to my homie Double E. And hopefully he's listening on Twitter. Double E has been arguing me down for months, Ray, about Stadia. Stadia's trash. It's online, all this other stuff. Finally, he gave in while me and him were arguing on Twitter. And he came back and essentially did that. He said, MM2K, why the hell didn't you tell me Stadia was this goddamn good? Wait till I see you in real life. I'm going to slap the hell out of you, right? And I said, Double E, I've been trying to tell you. And a lot of people are going to feel like that. They're going to feel like, wow, I was a bonehead for listening to this entity or that entity. Or, dare I say, Ray, that entity in the Stadia community that told me that this thing was about to expire and die. I should have tried it for myself. And that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing is advocating for the message. Try it for yourself. But go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
It's all good. You know how I look at it, man. You got your Fox and you got your CNN. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you want to listen to this one particular news, but you got this other news to look at. So, you can get your facts or whatever, but you got that Verge article is BS. Yes. Because if it was Stadia, it would be they'd be all over us. Just like what Rev said earlier. But once again, I say this. you know, I hear Chase, you know, I think what Chase is probably trying to say is, you know, you don't have to go toe to toe with a troll, man. It's like I tell my son when he goes to school, like bullies, you know, you shake the bullies off, you know, you don't have to, you know, get down to their level. And that I understand. But information, freedom of speech, we got to get that out there because we are consumer advocates. And we need to talk about Stadia because how we all, man, I brought a brother here. He looked at the TV screen, man. I said, dude, you got to see this 4K. And he just looked at it. If you have a good internet, if you have a good TV, and you got Stadia, honestly, man, I don't need an Xbox and I don't need a PlayStation. I'm happy with what I have now. And guess what? I went and bought a TV. I don't need to buy 2 consoles or whatever because I'm enjoying Stadia. But someone has to be a beacon and speak out against all this BS about Stadia don't have no AAA games. Come on, y'all. We're all nothing but indie games. Stadia is dead. Stadia is it. Google is very smart people, okay? Yeah. They got a new ad. They got some people working on the marketing. It's gonna go really good. And but we got to talk. We can't be silent. We have to talk about it because if somebody's sitting there spitting lies and other people are not getting a chance and opportunity. There's people out there that can't afford $500, $400 consoles. But you can get Stadia. You can get Stadia. Hell, and when Luna comes out, whenever it comes out, and all this crazy, all this madness, everybody's talking about Luna. Where the hell is Luna at? Ain't nobody seen what Luna could do. Nobody. I'm looking forward to playing with it. But for right now, come on, you know who's number 1 right now in the damn cloud.
One.
Tell them, brother.
People stop it.
So I mean, when we say number 1, man, tell us what's running better, and then show us proof. I'm talking about
exactly.
Hey, make it reputable now, reputable truth and facts that something out there is performing better than Stadia. I'm talking about days and weeks on end. That's all, Ray.
We're not saying that. We're not saying that, Ray, to say I made the right choice. No, we're saying that to say for the consumer that wants best performance, if you're going to say something is better, right, Ray, then show us what's better, right?
Hey, you know what? Video don't lie. You look at them Projekt, you look at the M2K, look at Nividia, look at the streams, look at the videos, y'all. It don't lie. I had a guy sitting here like, yeah, man, you know, you all lied about the 4K. I said, really? Look at that. He's like, look at that. What is that? No, man, that's 720. That ain't 720, brother. That ain't 720. It's not 720. That's 4K. All right? That's the brother is streaming, and he ain't got no damn box. He ain't got to download it. He's playing in the electric air. People.
Right.
When the Wright brothers was trying to create a plane, everybody laughed at him. When Alexander Graham Bell tried to do a telephone, he was talking into a little, everybody laughed at him. People, don't be afraid of the technology. Embrace this technology. We don't need, honestly, if you want your box and your consoles, that's good. Keep it to it.
Keep it.
But don't take on something that is the future.
Exactly.
That's going to do good for not just us, man, but people who don't have $500.
Exactly.
Don't have $200 to buy a damn console, man. And I said, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's what burns me up too, Ray, is that I'm upset. People want to kill cloud gaming because it don't fit their profile.
Nah, you're lying. No, you're lying, MM2K. They don't want to kill it. They just mad that Stadia is out here celebrating, bro.
Oh, they want it dead too. Oh, they want it. I can't understand.
Some of them do, but other ones is like, put this performance right here from Stadia on Xcloud, Ray 3473, and all that. You tell me if you put this on PSN right now today at crispy 4K.
Oh, they would love it.
Reliable internet speeds and all that, and gameplay. They're gonna love it, right?
They're gonna love it. But the thing is, go ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
And I just wanted to say, look at the brother. He couldn't even download the damn BG3. So what he had to do? He had to get it from Stadia.
Yes.
And do you look at all the people that got to see the magic of him streaming Stadia. Okay, I don't care what it. BG3 is probably one of the biggest games right now that ever launched on Stadia, and it's growing, people, and it's gonna get better. And we got Watchdog Legions around the corner. It's going to get better. What are y'all gonna say?
Yeah.
What are y'all going to say?
Absolutely.
We old games.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't think we're gonna go away? We ain't going away.
Yep.
But that's all I want. I just wanted to say that, and I just want to say I love you, Chase. I love you, Rev. You guys are great. But we I like religiously. I'm over here eating my scrambled eggs, listening, jumping up and down like I'm in church. Like my wife's like, "What's going on, Ray?" I got the Holy Ghost. I got the Projekt is taking me to church. I got the electric air going from my toes to my brain. I feel good because I believe.
Now they're gonna call you. Hey, they're gonna be saying you capping, you cooning, all that, Ray. But guess what? They had put that control in their hand, and let's see how they feel, man. Exactly. I have not felt like this in gaming, and I'm gonna shut up after this. But I have not felt like this in gaming. I can't remember a time, y'all, that I felt the way I do playing. It's something about it, man. It's hard to put it into words. People keep saying it's that
I'm playing Division 2 on the big screen. I got fiber, internet, and oh my God, dude, sometimes I pause and I just sit back and I look and I'm like, damn, this was a hell of an investment.
Come on, man.
It's a hell of an investment.
Yep.
But I love you guys. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Don't silence yourself.
No.
Stand up for your rights. Stand up for us.
Yep.
And keep doing what you're doing. I love you guys. You take care. And I love the community.
Yes. The community's the greatest. All right.
Community love you, man. Plug something though, Ray.
Yeah,
what
plug
you
your stuff, Ray.
Man?
Plug your stuff, Ray. Come on, let people know where
you know what? You guys inspired me. A lot of people inspired me. I got a podcast show I do on Monday that I speak my mind. Yep. I just speak and I talk, certain topics, and I keep it 100. I keep it truthful. I'm streaming tonight. I'm going to stream some BG3. You guys can find me on Twitch. I'm Ray3473 on Twitch. And man, guys. No,
I know.
Oh, stop playing.
They don't understand, man.
Y'all
they don't understand,
man. Real, recognize real, and y'all better stop playing, man. We out here 4K streaming with electric air.
Electric air, man. Hey, look, Ray, I'm telling y'all, I don't know what Stadia is doing to us, man. I'm coming at their neck in a minute. Google Stadia, I'm coming at your neck. What are y'all doing to people with this electric air, man?
You know what? Let me tell you that Verge article, man. All that damn Amazon.
Please. Stop it. Like Rev said. Rev said they gave him a pillow, rubbed their back, rubbed their neck, all that stuff. Laid them down. And if you want a refund, click on this link here. I mean, come on, man, get the hell out of here, please.
It's people. It's people watching each other's people's back and trying to let something else.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you're a real journalism, you gotta call it down the line.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, call it straight down the line.
Yep.
But you see what's going on. People see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Right.
But man, look, keep rocking that show. Keep rocking the show. I'm gonna get on off now because I know that the blind. I can hear people trying to call in, man.
People want to know how to get in. We're gonna let them know.
My favorite podcast, man.
They vibing to what you got to say, Ray. But appreciate you, good brother, and you always welcome, man. And we got another call, so we'll get back to you.
All right.
Hey Ray, you should put some talcum powder. You should put some talcum powder on your hand and slap MM2K for not making you a mod, man. Let's get to this next call.
Hey, we got the next call. You on live with Storm and Mose. Live. Who are we speaking to, and what is it that you want to talk about? Our good friend.
Hey man, this is JD, man.
JD. Oh, what's up, brother? What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, man?
Hey, what's good, man? I'm enjoying y'all podcast, man. I'm just loving it, man. Just loving it.
Hey man,
doing good.
It's some serious topics out here, some serious discussions, man. Hey JD, you're a big time supporter, brother. We love you, man. So we definitely want to get your take. What's your thoughts on all of this or any of this going on, man?
Man, just the fact that people just hate, man. Like Stadia is here to stay. You know, Stadia is here for the gamers. Like I've been a gamer my whole life, man. Like I got PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, all that, everything. Yep. But the thing with Stadia, you know, the no installations, the no downloading, the no storage space taking up the fact that you can play it anywhere, man. I mean, that's just gravy. Like as a gamer, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to play your games as soon as you can, as quickly as you can, anywhere that you can? Like I don't understand that.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. So,
Katie, I can't help you, man. I've been trying to help people understand, but I can't help you, man. I don't know. It baffled me. I mean, look, consumer freedom and consumer choice. We're not dumb, y'all. We're not gonna say something stupid like that. Like we just said that we're not trying to force any kind of preference on you all. But JD just hit on something, man. Like it's just that, Ray. You heard what Ray said about it. I mean, once you get your hands on it, and when you really get everything right, once you set everything right on your Wi-Fi and all that, make sure you're on the right band and everything. You know what I'm saying? The 5 gigahertz band and all that stuff. Hey, look, man, Stadia is gonna do something to you. You'll see the potential in it. It might not work the same for people, JD. It might not work the same, right? But for a brother like me, I could put Stadia up against my Xbox One X, the most powerful console in the world right now. I could put it up against my budget PC, and it comes out looking like it does and playing the way it does and feeling the way it does, and the latency is little to none. Man, I don't know, JD, but go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. Like I don't get it. Like I'm in the military, right? So I'm traveling all over the place, places that don't have internet, great speeds and stuff. For that, I just take my Switch or I take my PlayStation, right? If it don't work, but I have the choice. When I do have good internet speed and accessibility, I can just grab on Stadia, just hop on that. Like I don't understand why people can't just make the choices because it's out there.
No, JD, I got a type of game. JD, I got a couple questions to ask you, right? First, now, follow me now. Question number 1: when you bought Stadia, was there a requirement that you had to throw your Xbox, your PlayStation, and your Switch out the window? Did it require that? Was that in the packaging anywhere?
No, I was actually deployed when Stadia was coming out. I would have had the Founders Edition, but I didn't buy it because I was deployed. So I was playing with my Switch and my PlayStation. Absolutely.
So you can still play other consoles while playing Stadia, right? Okay. Question number 2 for you, JD. How does it make you feel that there are entities out there that, like you said, Stadia has made gaming easier for you? Someone that is serving the country, someone that's doing the hard work out there, right? That Stadia has made gaming a passion of yours easier for you. How does it make you feel that people want to take that option away from you? How does it make you feel? They want Stadia to die just because they don't like it, but they want to take it away from service people like you. How does that make you feel?
Man, it makes me feel upset, man. You know, to have the choices, man, out here, and people just want to see that die. Like, I just gave it to my friend. He's been going through some things since COVID, you know, down and out. And I said, hey, man, you haven't played Destiny in, like, probably in 5 years. He hasn't touched Destiny because what he's been going through. I told him, hop on Stadia. Man, he hit me up and said, man, thank you for telling me about it, man. I haven't played in years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was joy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see why people try to just take that option away from people, man.
Absolutely.
I don't get it.
Absolutely.
Makes me mad.
JD just elegantly played it out for everybody, right? Just because you get Stadia doesn't mean you got to go to the nearest volcano and drop all your other consoles in it. And number 2, with that being the case, why are you trying to take away an option that helps service people like our good friend JD? Why are you trying to do that? I want people to think about that. You know what I'm saying, Storm? I don't think, JD, I don't think people think about this, the ramifications of their rhetoric could have. You're taking away an option when it doesn't dissolve any of the other options prior. It doesn't make any sense to me.
At all, man.
So,
but I tell you what, I'm so happy, JD. I'm glad you was able to get in, man.
Absolutely.
And JD, see, people will know we're not capping. JD was one of the people that was like, "Look, I need to get up in here, man. How do I get up on there?" And when we appreciate your voice, man. Call in anytime.
Absolutely,
you get what I'm saying? Don't. Some people are afraid to speak. Don't be afraid to speak. You know what I'm saying? Put your voice out there because your voice matters. Just like when you're typing, those words matter. So if you want to, feel comfortable and come on out here, man. It's a party.
Yep.
And no doubt. I'll be up there with y'all guys, man.
Hey,
no doubt.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too.
Peace. All right, y'all. Oh, man, the lines is bumping, but we can't forget about the yappers, too. So we got some yappers coming. We got one in particular. Let me see here. I think this is from the homie Cloud Gamer 201. So let's hold on. Let me switch something real quick. Let me go to a live. Let me go to the web video. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
All right. And so let me see. Hold on. You know, got to make sure.
I had a feeling Cloud Gamer would call in. I just had or send the yapper. I just had a feeling.
We got another phone call. Hold on 1 second. Hello, you are live with Storm and Most. Let us know who we're talking to and what is it that you want to talk about, our good friend.
Hello, this is Squids.
Squids in the building all the way. Oh,
what's going on, man?
Oh man.
Hey man, y'all warming my heart today, man. Squid, how you been, my good friend?
What's going down, brother?
I'm good. I've been good, fellas. I just wanted to pop in and say what's up. I had a little time today, could pop in on the show, so just want to say what's up. But just wanted to talk a bit on Stadia, man. I had the opportunity many times to play it way back in what was it, November or something?
Okay.
That's where I worked at. We had the PlayStation, little thing to play it at, and I believed all those people on YouTube and everything. Was like, oh no, I was gonna try it, didn't try it, and then one of the last weeks I tried it, and then ends up, I signed up for Stadia. This was like March or something. March, February.
Oh wow!
Got 2-3 months for free, and man, ever since then, that's when PUBG came out, Division 2 came out, all those games, and ironically enough, I couldn't play those games on my Xbox or my PC just because device limitations. So
that's awesome.
I just played it on my PC, my Chromebook, my phone. Then I bought a Chromecast Ultra. Played it on my little TV as well, so wherever I go, I can play it.
So, if you could, Squid, just let us know if you had a message to any. Well, no. Before I get to that, because I do got some questions for you, brother. But the first question is, what is your favorite game on the platform right now?
Favorite game right now? That had to be. I'd say Division 2.
Oh, yes, sir. I knew it.
Absolutely.
Play that endlessly, man. I feel like if I were to shave, even though I don't know if I could, it'd grow back instantly.
Did you try to summit yet?
Show up with like that gamer beard. I would
did you happen to? Oh, my bad. Did you try to summit yet, Squid?
Yeah. I tried to summit a little bit there. Didn't get too far into it, but played a little bit with my brother and a few other people, but. Yeah, I got some nice builds going in Division. That's why I love it, man. The only problem with it is loot. I get that loot problem. Yeah. You got too many builds going.
Absolutely.
I feel that, man.
We got to get together, Squid, on that Division. But my last question to you, good brother, is for people that, because it's very important for people to understand that just because you may have fell, quote unquote, victim to the rhetoric before, that you don't have to stay that way. What do you have to say to people that might still be on the fence, that still want to listen to the entities that are telling you to stay away from Stadia? What is your message to them?
Man, just try it. Try it for yourself. I mean, you can't knock it until you try it. That's what I say about everything.
Absolutely.
And ever since I've been trying a lot of new things, a lot of new things have been sticking to me. So, old ways, that's old way of thinking, and you gotta think for yourself, try it for yourself. And that's, I think, if anything, that's ultimately the ultimate opportunity for Stadia, because everyone has the ability to just try it free for a month. So you got nothing to lose.
Absolutely. Yes, Squid. Hey, man, hey, Squid, thank you so much for calling in, good brother. It's good to hear from you. Always call in, and like I said, we're gonna get together, man. We're gonna play some of that Summit, because me and Storm need some help.
We need a backup.
We need a backup, man. We need some help.
I got you. I think I watched it was like 5-something. I don't know. It's like No Life Status almost, but I've seen some people thousands, but it's like, geez.
All right.
But one day.
All right, good
All
brother.
right, bro.
Hey, thank you for calling. You have a great
Thanks
one, man.
for your time too.
You too, fellas. You too. You take care, guys.
Peace.
All right.
All right, that was a good brother Squid, man.
Oh,
All right,
absolutely.
but before we get another call, let me get into this yapper, man. This is from Cloud Gamer 201. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Cloud Gamer 201 here.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we hear.
Okay, let me just play it back. I want to go over here. Make sure I go to the right screen. Bop, 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 bop. All right, here we go. Okay, Cloud Gamer 201. And, okay, they going to let me rewind? Okay, all right, let's play it.
Saying that I feel that this was a terrible move from Amazon because with the whole Crucible delay thing, I mean canceling, because it just didn't feel right. So I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast, and shout out to MM2K and Project Storm. They're really great people, and you can check me out at Cloud Gamer 201. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, most certainly. Cloud Gamer 201, man. I'm telling you, one of the first people to stop by and try out my my level on Crater, man. I'll never forget that, man, brother. So it's good that you called in. I'll tell you that. I mean, that you sent the yapper. My bad.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely. Hey, yeah, thank you for that, man. And to that point, what are your thoughts on that, Storm? Do you think that it was a bad decision for them and sending mixed messages? Because according to Verge, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Did they have? That's a good. Now, see, this is why we appreciate all the yappers and all the calls we get, man. Because now Cloud Gamer 201 just made me think.
Yeah.
Why now? Why would you do that on the cusp of your Luna coming out, man? Like, could y'all have not waited a little bit longer?
Yep.
Wow. I never thought about that, Cloud Gamer.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, considering its competition has Guilt, Orcs Must Die, you know what I'm saying, that are, day and date drops for the platform or whatever. Well, really Orcs Must Die, I think is, but they got exclusive content, and now we got Baldur's Gate. On the heels of you releasing your service, you cancel Crucible, so you're not really, like, when I look at Luna Plus, I see Control, I see Resident Evil as being big pulls to the platform, but those are not games as a service, or those are not lengthy titles. Like, once people finish those games, they're done. Now, not to say that there aren't other games in there, but there really ain't a bunch of heavyweights in that Luna Plus. The real heavyweight is going to be this Ubisoft channel. But if the Ubisoft channel has as many games as the Stadia channel, as Uplay Plus on Stadia, or close to it, or at least has all the heavy hitters, Storm, and it performs better on Stadia, what does that say about Amazon? And the reason why I say that, Storm, I'm asking you this, is because I've seen takes out there in social media where they said Amazon got this in the bag. Amazon just advertises better, and people generally prefer and
they have the dongles, man. They
got the dongles, and people prefer subscription models. So what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think people should now start to realize that Amazon is a company. They're not invincible. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So with that being said, man, they have to do some work too. They have to lay the groundwork and everything. So that's how I feel about it, to tell you the truth. They got to put that work in too.
Yep. So that's my thing. I mean, like I said, I used to use terms like lying in a Serengeti, and I co-signed on it. The receipts is out there. It's just letting things play out, because Amazon knows how to walk with a big stick. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that from them. They know how to walk with a big stick. And because of that, people were like, oh, man, they're going to come out here and do some damage. I'm not 100% sure about that anymore. We're starting to see some stumbles from them. But even though we're seeing the stumbles, the rhetoric, which that's what has to be capsulized as far as I'm concerned, Storm. The fact that if this was Stadia, you wouldn't have had an article like that. That helps gives consumer the truth. How does that help give consumers the truth? They know where not to go. If we're telling them, hey, look, Verge got bias with them, you got to watch out. They say, oh, okay, I know not to go to the Verge. And there's less situations where people like Squid are held back from enjoying something that they experienced. Squid just told you live on air that he listened to the rhetoric. A lot of people listen, and nothing against Squid, because a lot of us did that. We listened to Storm, I even almost canceled my subscription or my Premiere or Founders for Stadia because I was starting to listen to the rhetoric. We all do it. We all want to be like 6'4" said. We all don't want to be the quote unquote fool. But it is up to us to know better, to speak louder. And that's all we're doing. But go ahead, Storm.
Nah, you're absolutely right, man. And there's no more need to beat up on that one. I think that's been absolutely.
Been
and really we're handled, man.
Absolutely. And we're actually almost at the 2-hour mark. So I think it's time to wrap up. But again, before we wrap up, the final call, y'all, remember, we got all these calls, all these live calls, the Yappa calls, and if people left comments in the Stadia, in the PNTS Discord, the Stadia War Room show chat, that is, we're going to read them live on air. So the final call. So before we finally wrap it up, is there any final thoughts or anything that you see in the general chat, Storm, that you want to highlight before we close shop?
First of all, we have some new people today, and we appreciate you all for taking time to stop by, hang out, and share your thoughts and opinions on this matter, because this is an open door policy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's welcome. So let me see. So Lore M right here just joined and said, hey, everybody, loving the show so far. Agrees with Charles. Never understood the I have to rebuy games criticism. That's a good point. And then says, no, it's like every other platform. And it absolutely is. And this is kind of like that war, so to speak, that we've been fighting. Like the founders who's been here day one on the platform has been telling people, no, that's not the case. They've been steeply discounting games and giving us free games. Like, I don't know what the number is right now, real quick, but we're up past 30 something games maybe that we got for free. If you were here since day one, that you could just claim and always have. I mean, it's crazy. So for you to come in, well, I appreciate that, Lore. Can you still hear me, Emma?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah, you're good, brother. You're good. Yeah.
So, and then let me see. Rev says people can't forget that Amazon is a predatory business. They copy what other companies do, make their own version, and sell it cheaper. Look, and guess what? There's some facts to that, and I'm not mad at them for what they're doing for the business move on the business side of things. People have the choice. See, now I don't like them taking advantage of consumers or whatever, but I do say this: consumers have options. I will say that much and leave it alone. You know, so they had to decide whether that's for them or not. But good point though, Red. Let me see. Stadia Universe showed up in the building. So many people came in, man. Wollock. Stadia Universe says that's it. Try Stadia. Maybe for you, it may not. Okay, so basically what he's saying is it might not be for you, but it might be for him. All right, but give it a shot is all Stadia gamers are asking. And that's it. And we've been here already, MM2K, so we know the rewards. We're reaping that benefit already. So we just want others to know that you can't listen to everything that people are just saying. They're saying, don't try Stadia. Oh man, it's trash. And you're a horrible person if you do. So we're saying open your eyes and ears and do what you need to do. Make your own decisions. So that being said, man, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. Yeah. Again, great show. I know we spent a lot talking about Amazon, even though this is SML. We talk about everything. We'll talk about everything. But again, it's just like I said, it's going to be a reckoning. Like we're going to be stewards of the truth. We're going to push back on notions that we think are a little bit miscued. And it's nothing personal. I mean, I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I remember telling the Stadia content creator that had something negative to say about the community. I love everybody, whether it's people I agree with or not. I love everyone. It's just that, the reason why my platform here is, again, to be a beacon for the truth, a steward for the truth. And sometimes I can be checked. I can be off guard about something that someone can tell me. Storm does it all the damn time. And so, you know what I'm saying? I don't take it personally. It just is what it is, and I love Storm for that. I need Storm to put me in my place when I need to be put in my place. But here's the thing, y'all. When we got entities out there saying that, Amazon got this in the bag because they market better and they just have a better business model, that's not true. How do we know that? You know what I'm saying? We don't know that. That has to be proven. But that goes to the unsuspecting gamer, and we're going to hold people to task for that. We're going to keep the receipts. We're going to say, hey, because we want people to know who are the entities that are just speaking from the heart without facts, who are the entities that are laying out the facts. Who
are the entities that want the platform to die. That's
exactly.
And just to clarify, Stadia Revolution helped me remember that it's 46 games. Yo, I can't even keep up with the game count, y'all. 46 games if you were a founder from day one. That they gave it to you. Like, here, take this. Take it off our hands. You can have it. And some of those games are hot fire. I will say that.
And here, and the thing to take away from all this is that what we try to aim to do here, guys and gals, is that we want people to know what the facts are for Stadia, and what we're also going to do is to help keep you in the fact lane. We're going to let you know where you're going to get some non-facts. Not saying, hey, if you want non-facts, if you're like, I'm upset with Stadia and I want to gawk about it, go there. That's fine. I am not advocating for any of those sources to go away. I don't want Yang Ye to go away. I don't want them to go away. I just want you to understand them for what they are. That's all we're doing here. So, with that being said, any closing thoughts, Storm, before we roll out, or are we good, brother?
Nah, man. I'll just say you can check a continuation of some of these topics tomorrow as I join Snow Bunny Gaming on the Ying Meets Yang of Gaming podcast at 6 Eastern Time over on Snow Bunny Gaming's channel. So
yeah, look for Snow. Matter of fact, here, let me do this, Storm. While you're talking about that, let me look for her channel.
PNTS Network and everybody that joined today, man. I just want to go through some of the names real quick, man.
Absolutely.
We got Heath Stevens in the building.
Heath,
I thought you wasn't going to show up, man. I was worried, man. I was worried.
Yeah, Heath
Stevens in the building. Stadia Goat in the building. Stadia Revolution. JD. Ryan. We got, who else? The Nightbot in the building. You know what I'm saying? Lore. Amonor. Squid. Cloud Gamer 201. Stadia Universe, Dave Whitnell, got Ray Sherrod, Charles Arand. We got, man, just so many people, man. So many people that joined in today. Romello Thomas, man. I don't know if I'm gonna forget or miss people. There's so many names. Link TV. Check Link TV out, y'all. A member of the Trash Mob. You know what I'm saying? They got a great show.
Link in the house.
Wednesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, y'all. Check them out over on Eddie Player One's channel.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, so many names. Night, man. Come on, man. Nightwing. So many people.
Yep. And what I wanted to do is I put Snow Bunny's channel out there. I'm going to say this. Now, a little birdie dropped something in my ear, Storm, that there may be a major PNTS network announcement being made tomorrow.
And you didn't tell me about it?
I ain't tell you about it. No, the birdie told me. He threatened me. He said if you don't keep this to yourself, then I'm gonna make sure that Stadia dies tomorrow. And I said, okay, brother.
Oh man, well, we don't want that to happen.
We don't want that to happen.
Drop that news. Whatever's cooking, drop that.
Yeah, he had on a Verge T-shirt and he had on he had on a Crucible hat, and he said, "Man, if you don't let me stop. Hey man, it's time to end the show."
Look, man, we don't make fun of Crucible, man. I tried Crucible. I like the game, man. It was not trash in my opinion.
I ain't got nothing against it. I have and then, like I said, I'm gonna be on Luna just like I'm a GFN fan. But the truth is the truth, people, and like. My homie Next Gen says all the time, sometimes we just got to take the biggest knife out of the drawer and cut the BS out. And that's all we doing, man. Straight up.
Shout out to Z, man.
Hey, straight up.
All right. So, yeah, with that being said, man, it was another good one, man. It was fun, man. Thanks for having me on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a member of it.
Yeah, exactly. Week, yeah. Like you ain't about to fire my ass, come next show.
Hey, man. I always have fun, man. Trust me, I do.
Hey, this was a great show. And again, let me do this. I'm sitting there doing all this and promoting all these other channels. What you guys have to do is if you're not subscribed to Projekt Storm, then you're going to miss out on half of the show, let alone some great 4K, 2K, 1K content.
Coming soon in the near future.
Oh, hey, look. Projekt Storm.
I mean, you can't keep up. People can't keep. See, as soon as people come out with the 4K, they like, see, I'm gonna throw some shots at my hunter. These are my brothers, though, man. I love these brothers right here. Bibbidi Bop, man. Crispy 4K. Check his channel out. Bibbidi Bop. You know what I mean? He has the Bop Racing channel as well. Real quick, Rick Tone jumping into the scene, already getting his feet wet with the 4K. Sunny Cloud Gaming, man. Sunny, you know him. He does the big time streams here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? 4K, Stadia Cast, Crispy 4K, Bill and Lloyd over there, man. So many people. If I forget your names, man, it's because so many people are doing 4K. But I'm gonna step up on y'all. I'm gonna go 8K in the near future.
Oh man,
stay tuned.
Man, he turning it up. He turned it up.
You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned, man.
And check out all that content. You can go to pntsnetwork.com, or you can go .gong. No, or you can go to Storm's channel. I got it right there. The link is right there in the chat. And the homie Nightwing said, just subscribe to Storm. Hey, y'all got to do that, man. Get that great content from Storm, and also.
Appreciate it, man. For real.
Check out the every other episode of SML Live, because next week is going to be on his channel. Don't miss out on next week's episode. So with that said, man, I think that's it. I want to thank everybody for coming through, man. Woo, y'all, there was a lot of y'all. Y'all make the chat live. Also, do us a huge favor. It helps the channel out a lot. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications. We love and appreciate all of y'all. And with that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
And Luna.